Radon, next slide please, is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that's found in rock and soil. It's heavier than air, and the decay products are carcinogenic. EPA estimates, this is a very, very big number, about 21,000 lung cancers per year, about a sixth of the total, are caused by exposure to radon gas in homes. At the action level, the level that EPA says, once you're below that, you can not rest easy, but stop thinking about any further action. At that level, the individual risks are phenomenally high. EPA is generally trying through congressional mandate to get people down to 1 in a million. At the action level, if you live in a home with that all your life, if you smoke, then your added risk above your smoking is something on the order of 6%. So another 6 chances per 100, and even a non-smoker, it's 7 per 1,000. That's an OSHA level mission accomplished statement, not an environmental mission accomplished. There are lots of homes. Some areas don't have them, but it's not just an isolated problem in parts of the East. It's all over the country, and about 8 million of these homes still have levels above this action level, despite about 30 years of knowledge about this problem. EPA was fairly aggressive on it informationally in the 80s, but seems to have lost almost all of its momentum. So only a quarter of the homes have been tested that should be, and fewer than 10% in total have ever had remediation. Remediation is reasonable and well documented and efficient and cheap. It costs about $30 now to test your home. We have a fan in our home that gets the level down from 8 before we bought the house to below 1, and somebody else put it in, but it cost apparently about $1,500 to install and about $100 in electricity to maintain. We haven't touched the thing in 8 years. It sits in the basement and pumps the air from under the slab out of the roof. Next one. There are lots of laws about this at the state level, but none of them really require more than the seller giving the buyer a pamphlet about radon. If testing has been done, they're supposed to disclose it, but there's no state that I know of that requires any testing. So some kind of a National Home Radon Remediation Act could require, as already is done for, depending on your state, termites, asbestos, lead, and so forth, that the seller does not only disclose, first test and then disclose. And if we really cared about this, we could have an ambitious law that would say that these fans should be installed when the tests reveal above the action level. Next one, please. This is a high problem. No, thank you. That the evidence is really incontrovertible. There's really no reason to doubt these big epidemiologic studies of miners, uranium miners, but their exposure at the low end is very much comparable to human household exposure at the high end. So there's really no extrapolation here. It's controlled for smoking. It's ironclad epidemiology. And of course, the size of the problem is already documented by risk assessment to be quite large. And then the last slide, please. The fault lines, I think this is an easier one than the food label because there really is no radon lobby. God put it there, and so even Newt Gingrich, in his wisdom, has said that this is something that we should deal with. The realtors won't like it. I don't know if there's, the public really cares very much what realtors think. And it's a job-creating strategy. We could remediate all of these 8 million homes for $34 billion. That's big money, but it doesn't seem like big money in context of the stimulus. And of course, we would at least for some number of years create a radon fan manufacturing industry. So there apparently are some unemployed people here in the country. So I'm Adam Finkel, and I approve these messages. Thank you.